Well, I'm going to be posting this link and hopefully somehow get it to the Reverend's community board on this one. It's 6:19 in the evening. He's still on a Church Without Walls. Our Reverend Ed Trevors is still on. It's still the 4th of January, September 2025. And YouTube, the slow-mo for communications is screwing around. So, yeah, so we're just going to be doing a response to some of the stuff he's got going on. He makes points concerning about being charitable. Anyway, if I'm going to be doing any charitable donations, I'll do them to whoever I can. I'm trying not to be precocious about it, not trying to be facetious about it. I'm just stating if I can help, I'll help. I'm not looking for a reward or recognition at this point. If I can help, I can help. But donating to organizations that happen to be Trumplicans, I'm sorry. I suppose God will also have a problem with that one too. He's going through the earlier post. That's what you are doing, Reverend Ed. Going through the earlier post, but that's okay. You're just checking for the prayer request at this point. But I think God and Jesus probably would have a problem with me because even they don't differentiate, but they probably could. But in actions and intents. Is this supposed to help out the Trumplican, or is this supposed to help out people when I donate to the organizations, and if it will go to the right people? And that's the question, isn't it? I mean, we can do it directly to people, fine, but sometimes we are forced, either by monetary or by food, to donate to organizations. Well, if it's a local food bank that I know of, no problem on that one. If it's donations for that, I'll try if I can. Even if it's to a person on the street, I'll do it. I don't care. I'll just have to do it anyway. I don't want to have those who have got too much. They still stick their hands out saying, I want more, I want more. I haven't got any more for you. I'm feeding it to the lowers. You can't do that because I want it. Well, then you're going to have to be one of the lowers, and you can't do this to me. Why not? You're a Christian. Christians are supposed to be charitable. Yeah, but you're not going to help the lowers, are you? No. Why should I? You're supposed to be charitable to me. Why, you God of Christ? Well, I could be a messenger. Doesn't that count? No. You're not hungry. You're not destitute. You're not poor. You wear riches instead of rags. You have no humility, no humbleness. Too much pride, arrogance, and ego. You are heartless, and you're apathetic to people's needs. I'm sorry. But even with that, it would be my requirement, my faith to God and to Jesus, that I would still have to help out whoever needs it. That would include the likes of you too. When Christ was mentioning this on the Sermon on the Mount in his own way, he was trying to tell us something. Even the rich of us still need help, but they don't even realize it, one way or another. And we have to be the examples of it, no matter how much it pisses us off left and right. So I can't, I can't deal with it. I can't. Earlier today, I was going crazy over what I was watching on the news. How I didn't see the service whether or not if Trump actually said something about Carter. I don't know if he actually said it or not. And that would definitely disturb me. I'm trying to see whether or not if Trump is going to be mentioning something. If he is going to be a pain in the ass. And would he be obnoxious, or did he actually care about the guy? I know I could go on Twitter. If I really wanted to start throwing up, I probably would. But I can't deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with that kind of malevolency. And unfortunately, we've got it, don't we? That level of malevolency that we can't even deal with in ourselves, let alone with that schmuck. I can't deal. I can't cope with this. I can't deal with this vitriol. This anger and hatred. This divisiveness. And yet, it's the bully tactic. It's the bully tactic, Reverend. I'm going to hit you in the face because you asked for it. You deserved it. You asked for me to hit you. And you'd probably say, no, I didn't. I just crossed your path. And that's the problem. You crossed my path. Therefore, you violated me in one way or another. I have to respond. It's not business. It's just personal. So I'm not sorry if I hurt you. And you're still asking for it. You're bleeding all over me. I'm not bleeding all over you. But you just did. And now you splattered blood on me. Now, I had to respond by hitting you again. And again. And again. Don't you understand? You have to go through this. Why? Because you have to go through this. And if you don't go through this, I'm still going to hit you and kick your ass. You're just so meek and weak and mealy-mouthed. I just have to keep hitting you. It's guys like these. My brother would have conniption fits and go after him. Regardless if he believed in God or not, he wasn't going to let anything else happen like this. So if David was in the time when Jesus was in the garden trying to pray and then gets ratted out by, well, gets ratted out, period. I think my brother would be taking the sword. Let's probably go, let's dance. Even though Christ kept saying, you're going to get killed by the sword. I said, I don't care. I'm defending you. That's my job. I admired a great deal out of him for it. And maybe it's a mistake. I don't know. He always kept telling me, where's my faith in God? Well, he had a hell of a lot of faith. I'm not quite sure if he actually had faith in God, maybe in himself. But when he was on the path of alcohol, drugs, tossed out on his ear, survived on his own, came back as a skeleton, he really had to fight like hell. And he still had his anger with him. It took him decades to get rid of it, to work through it. But he still had a hold of it. And he would have fought. His body was getting more and more decayed. His spirit was still there. He was going to kick ass if he had to. He'd rather avoid, but it didn't happen. And it seems like I have to pick up that torch. I was always the pacifist. I wasn't the guy who didn't want to kick people's ass. I wasn't the one looking for people's ass to kick. I wasn't looking for trouble. I was trying to stay the hell out of trouble. But as I get older, I'm seeing more and more of these idiots just being a complete jerk about everything. You had dingo on yours. And Mama's trying to get me back into the bedroom. It's way too damn early. But she don't care. She wants me back in the bedroom early. That's my dog for you. But I don't want to go through it. I don't want to fight. But if I have to, I will. My mouth does all the fighting for me. But I hope I don't get into that kind of situation where I'm going for strong arm all the time. I have to find a way to maneuver. People may like to bash people around because they feel the pseudo power. Till somebody else comes over and knocks them on their ass one way or another. Or throws them a deal and they'll still be a power, they think. Because now they got to fight in jail. Now they got to fight in prison. Now they got to fight for survival. Well, that's what you got when you wanted to fight. And you chose to pick on people lesser. Either you try to fight them off on a constant basis while you're trying to get on top of that apex, or you're trying to fight for survival, still trying to get on top of some kind of weird-ass apex. This until you get knocked off permanently. And I'm not playing a headed game with people. I don't do that to people. It's not me. Somebody else does it. But I'm not letting them deal with what I've got. What I'm dealing with right now as it is, I'm dealing with what I've got. And if it's not up to speed, well, I'm sorry. I don't play well with others. I don't. But people think I should. People think I should play well with others. Why? I don't know. They think so. Let them think what they want. Me, I'm still trying to deal with what I've got. And for what I got right now, I'm dealing. I'm coping. I don't like it. Christ would want us, someone to be meek, yeah, but who's going to fight for us? Is he going to be sending down angels all the time? And in what form or fashion? And who does he use? We may be the stewards, we may be the peacemakers. And the other one's getting their asses thrashed. Who's going to be the ones that are defending our ass? But we can't always go onto the warpath. Either we're for the angels of war or the angels of peace. We can't be both, but if we are both, are we contenders for Angel Squad? Reverend, if you hadn't read the stories, I may have to send them over to you again. All the PDF files. You're gonna hate it. But I would ask somebody to try to read some of it to understand what I'm talking about. And then we'll talk.